Gaffer, 3-0 defeat to Dorchester Town this evening. What did you make of that?
Yeah, it's a great learning curve for our young lads here today. You know, obviously a lot of the EDS boys, first year pros playing, and it was a bit of a lesson for them. You know, come down here, got out physicality, outworked and outclassed really. So it's a bit of a shock for some of our younger boys. And a good learning curve for them to take into the future games, because this is a decent level with good players at it, and it's probably shocked a few of our players that they're not near it at the moment. So a good learning curve tonight for the boys to take on.
Yeah, just a question on the team and why it was filled with youth players. I know the fans might be wondering that.
Yeah. Obviously we've got 6 games through pre-season for the first team boys. This game was put on reasonably late, and it was an opportunity for us to give some of the boys that have been round the first team, the younger pros and the EDS boys, a chance for me to look at them. I haven't seen them this year, and nor has Jace, who's obviously recruited them to come into the club. So it was an opportunity for us to look at them in first team level as far as against a first team in Dorchester. So yeah, we didn't want to. We've obviously got another game Saturday for the first team, and that will be obviously full strength as we get closer now. But this one was really to look at the boys around the edges, and they'd be hurting tonight, the lads. Their pride would be hurt. They've come here and had a lesson tonight, but it's all part of the education. We had 16, 17, 18-year-olds out there tonight. I think the oldest player we had was 20 years old tonight. So it's a bit of a shock for them, but it's what you need. You need to have these low times to sort of test the character and see how they're going to come back and develop after that. Yeah,
could you argue that suffering a 3-0 defeat tonight was better than winning 3-0 for them in terms of their development and them learning?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Listen, no one wants to lose. We don't want to travel, come away and lose games. We want to win as many as we can, but sometimes you've got to have lows to appreciate the highs and also to drive you forwards. And if they're not hurting tonight off the back of that, then they never will. So we'll find out, and they will find out more about themselves on that tonight than they will, like you say, winning 3-0.
Yeah, we had an opportunity to see Kaya Shaka, Luca Chilwell and Harley Stock, who have signed their deals this summer. How do you think they've sort of got on in the pre-season as a whole, because they've been a part of other games as well? Yeah,
they've done well in pre-season. Listen, you've got to remember they're out there with some younger boys tonight, but they've got promising futures, and that will stand in good stead tonight. They're coming away, but as I say, their pride hurt, but it's better for them in the long run. You've got to have these dips. You've got to have these. How are you going to face adversity? You're going to get better, or you're going to go under, and they've got the character, and they'll come back from it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Next up, we travel to Bashley for our final pre-season game. How are we looking?
Yeah, I think we're looking good. I mean, with the boys, we've had a bit of a closed doors game today at the training ground, and we've got some minutes into like Scott Quigley and Ludi, Franciletti and Chrissy as well, Maguire. They've got 50 minutes under their belt today, so that's good for them. I thought they'd probably I didn't want to involve them in this because I'm not quite ready for that as far as like the intensity, and they probably would have got more out of the game behind closed doors against the first team boys. So we're looking good for it. I think we've had a strong pre-season against some difficult opposition in League One clubs and League Two clubs, and we're getting there. And I think now looking at today, it's quite exciting with some of the players we've brought in. They're starting to link and getting to know each other well, and one more game to go, and then we're into the real stuff. So I look forward to that.
Perfect. Cheers, Gaffer.
Cheers, lads.